From rags to riches and enduring scandals, the R&B group Guy has left an indelible mark on the music industry. Hailing from Harlem, New York, this pioneering group emerged in 1987 with a sound that defied genres and captivated listeners worldwide. Led by the visionary Teddy Riley, Guy seamlessly blended R&B, hip-hop, and soul into a new jack swing revolution. Let's get right into the bio behind the group of Guy and what happened from rags to riches to enduring scandals. Let's talk about it. Now, Teddy Riley, Timmy Gatlin, and Aaron Hall formed the R&B group Guy in 1987. The trio, all hailing from Harlem, New York, shared a passion for music and quickly began working on their first album. Now, the group's unique sound was heavily influenced by Teddy Riley, who is credited with pioneering the new jack swing genre, which combined elements of R&B, hip-hop, and soul music. I know y'all remember Guy like it was yesterday. I know I do, because I still be vibing to Guy. I love that song. That's my jam. That's my jump. That's my 411. That's everything. I love that song. Now, in 1988, Guy signed a recording contract with Uptown Records, a label founded by Andre Harrell, who would later become the CEO of Motown Records. R.I.P. to Andre Harrell. We'll do a story on him as well and talk about what happened with him. Okay, now later that year, Guy released their self-titled debut album, which was an instant success. The album spawned 3 hit singles, including Groove Me, Teddy's Jam, and I Like. Groove Me was the other one. If y'all know anything about Groove Me and Teddy's Jam and I Like, oh man, that's what made Guy who Guy is. Now, the success of Guy's first album led to the group's nomination for a Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal in 1990. The group's performance at the award ceremony just made their status as one of the most innovative and exciting new groups in R&B music. They just came out with a whole new jack swing. They came out with a whole new swag, and that had everybody in a chokehold. Now, however, it's always some more stuff when it comes to this industry. It's always more stuff to go into this fame. Okay, it's a price of fame. Now, the group's original lineup was short-lived. Timmy Gatlin left the group due to creative differences. He was replaced by Aaron's younger brother, Damian Hall, and the group continued to perform and record together. Yeah, see, most of the time when you have a group, a lot of times, everybody got their own vision of how things supposed to go. And before you know it, everybody bumping heads because everybody is a creative. And you know what happens when you get a whole bunch of visionaries together? Sometimes it can work, sometimes it can't. So that's why Timmy left the group, because he was like, yeah, nah, I'm not down with what y'all down with. This is what I see. This is my vision. That's what I think we should do. And so before you know it, everybody started talking smack, and Timmy got on. He left. He was like, I can't do this because y'all don't see eye to eye with my vision. Okay. Now, Guy's second album, The Future, was released in 1992 and featured hit singles like Let's Chill and Wanna Get With You. Let's Chill was my jam too, because if y'all knew anything before Netflix and Chill, it was Let's Chill. Okay. Now, despite the success of the album, tensions between the group members began to rise, and Guy disbanded shortly after they broke up. I told y'all. See, that's what happens when you have a male group, a female group, a group in general. Everybody have a vision on what they want to do and how they want to do it and when they want to do it. And before you know it, everybody like, nope, we can't do it that way. Let's do it my way. And before you know it, everybody's just fighting over spilled milk. Now, after the group's breakup, Teddy Riley continued to work as a producer and songwriter, working with some of the biggest names in the music industry, including Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, and Bobby Brown. Aaron Hall also pursued a successful solo career, releasing several albums throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. Okay, we all know Teddy went far because he kept producing, he kept songwriting, he kept his name alive. Okay, and even when his daughter, what's her name? Nia Riley? Yeah, Nia. She was in all of like the reality stuff, so she kept the Riley name kind of going too in her own little way. But we all know Teddy Riley is a legend. He's an icon. He's the name behind a lot of this music, okay? And Aaron Hall, yeah, he did his thing too. He kept going. He had a solo career. He was releasing several albums, and everybody was eating it up. And I love me some Aaron Hall. I actually seen him live. He was pretty cool. Now, in 1999, Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall reunited to record a new album under the Guy name. That was smart. The album titled Guy 3, the third. Now, that featured collaborations with artists like Jay-Z and was well received by fans and critics. Of course, everybody wanted to hear Guy. People were really upset when Guy broke up. So when Teddy decided to link with Aaron and keep the whole little Guy thing going, people was here for it. Now, despite their relatively short career, Guy left a lasting impact on the R&B genre. Think about it. When you hear Guy music, you automatically think like, they sound like they've been out for years, like at least a decade. But they didn't even have a long career, but they dropped so many hits and so many vibes where people just was like, even if y'all do break up, we still got heck of music to listen to and vibe off of. Now, they left a lasting impact on the R&B genre, and their unique sound and styles continue to influence musicians today. Think about how many people remix a lot of Guy's music. Like, think about it. Chris Brown and Big Sean, remember they did that song? So, like, if you think about it, Guy, they left a lasting impression. Okay? Now, their contribution to the New Jack Swing sound has been widely recognized. If you can't mention New Jack Swing without mentioning Guy, period. If you mention New Jack Swing and you leave Guy out, I don't know how we gonna be friends. Because they were such a pivotal group. They were so in there. They were heavily part of that New Jack Swing sound. Now, they are considered to be one of the most important R&B groups of the late 1980s and the early 1990s, okay? Now, let's just talk a little bit about these scandals, because not only do they have a fame, what comes along with fame? Scandals, drama, gossip, everybody thinking they know you, everybody thinking they know your story, everybody think they saw you with somebody. So if you think about it, they definitely had their scandals, they had their good career, but they had the downsides as well. Now let's get into them. So in 1991, Timmy Gatlin was arrested and charged with sexually assaulting a woman in his apartment, That's crazy. And so he denied the charges, of course, and was eventually acquitted in court. However, the incident caused tensions within the group, and Gatlin eventually left the group later that year. So it wasn't just about creative differences, as they like to write it off as. He was under the courts. And so the group was like, we need to figure out what's going on with you. What you doing? We get all the ladies. You don't have to do that. And so they probably was trying to tell him something. And Timmy was like, I'm not trying to hear that. Y'all already not following my vision. So why do I want to hear about y'all opinion on what I did? So you can just imagine how the egos was flying off the wall. So I think it was good that Timmy left, because they were able to just, do their thing and just move forward. So he left later on that year. And so, I'm not sure what happened to him. I didn't get much about him when I was looking him up. But I don't know where he at today. Now, in 1993, Aaron Hall was arrested for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend. The charges were later dropped, but the incident caused a shadow over Hall's solo career. Now, these is all alleged, okay? Timmy, I won't just put alleged on that too, because like I said, this is all new for me as well. I didn't know much about this stuff. Now, Aaron Hall, he was arrested, and that's really bad, because that added to another list of something that somebody in a group did. So you could just imagine how much bad press that was bringing. And so he went off to do his own thing. But here's another thing to it. Not only did he go off to do his own thing, once this alleged incident happened, that overthrew his solo career. Back in 1993, they didn't have all of this, pro-woman thing. But at the end of the day, like, people were still not dealing with Hall after what happened in his, with that alleged case. People were like, no, we can't do you right now. And so in 2016, if we fast forward way later, Teddy Riley was sued by his former bandmate, Chauncey Black, of the group Blackstreet, over the ownership of the group's name and music. The lawsuit allegedly that Riley had illegally used the Blackstreet name and music for personal gain. The case was eventually settled out of court, but it caused a rift between Riley and Black. So y'all in court systems together. Of course, y'all not going to be friends after that. So that's what kind of, put Teddy in his place to a degree, kind of humbled him, I guess. Because like I said, you could tell this was a whole egotistical thing and egos was flying off the wall. And so that's probably what happened with that. Now, despite these controversies, the legacy of Guy remains strong, and the group's contributions to R&B music continue to be celebrated. I still knock me some Guy. I still listen to Guy. I love Guy music, so I listen to Pandora sometimes when I'm cleaning up, and I hear a Guy song, and before you know it, I'm going crazy. Now, I just want to kind of bring this all up, let you know, fame is not a straight line. It is super slopey, And it's a lot of things that come with it. And so Guy was a highly influential R&B group formed in Harlem. But see, like I said, despite their relative success, they went through their ups and downs. You know, friendships didn't last. People went their own ways. You know, they were involved in several controversies, which, you know, later made the group be jeopardized, made the group not last long when it could have lasted a lot longer. And so they did contribute an innovative sound, and they continue to influence modern day musicians. I still rock with Guy. I respect the legacy that they left. That tidies up the story of Guy and what happened with the controversies and the successes in their career. And I hope that y'all found this video to be entertaining. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you show it some love and share it to somebody who want to be entertained. And that's it, signing out from Controversy. I'll see you in the next one.